I love the person Moses is. The more and more I read about him, the more and more impressed I am with how he deals with people and how he deals with God and the things that he says, his actions. And in today's story, you have these men of Levite, these Levite men who want to overthrow Moses. They're beginning to grumble. They're saying, you know, all of us Levites, we are holy. We have been set apart. And he said, why then do you set yourselves above the Lord's assembly? He says, here's the Israelites, here's the Levites, and then here's you. Why are you the one that has set yourself above the Lord's assembly, like was Moses' idea that he's the one to lead the people and that he's the one to be in communication with God and he's the one to deliver messages, like that was Moses, right? No, that was completely God. That was completely God's doing. But these guys fail to see it, and they want to overthrow Moses. And they're saying, man, we are all holy. And Moses says, fine, let's all meet here at the tent of meeting. We're going to burn incense, and we're going to see who God has chosen. And then he also says, if you guys die of natural death, then yeah, God has not called me. But if you die an unnatural death, and he even goes on specifically to say one where the ground opens up and the mouth swallows you, he says, then obviously, he says, then you will know that these men have treated the Lord with contempt. And as soon as he gets done saying this, the ground opens up, these men fall through, and it swallows them. And it shows that, yeah, Moses was ordained by God. And then after these men and their 250 followers, I think those died by the fire, more people start complaining about Moses. They begin to grumble against him. And it's like, are you seriously going to grumble after you just saw what you saw? You want to do the same thing? And God says that he's going to kill them. And it says Moses falls face down. And he says he falls face down, and as God was going to kill them, Aaron and Moses, they ran into the midst of the assembly. The plague had already started among the people, but Aaron offered the incense and made atonement for them. He stood between the living and the dead, and the plague stopped. You see, God was going to kill the rest of the people with a plague, and Moses fell face down. They did what they could. Aaron went into the tent of meeting and offered an offering to stop the plague on behalf of the people because of their sin. And it stopped the plague, and 14,700 people died. But I wonder how many people were saved because Moses didn't take what they were saying as a personal attack, but rather, God, have mercy. And there's been at least 4 times where God has wanted to kill the people, and Moses steps in and says, God, don't. And he does something about it. And I admire that of Moses. He has his head on straight. And guys, may we be the same way. People are going to treat us bad. People are going to be wicked. It's just a fact of life. It's definitely a fact of high school. And may we be people that on their behalf we fall face down. We fall onto our knees and we pray for them. And we ask God to change their lives and to change their hearts. And, who knows, maybe you're going through that rough time with them for a reason. Maybe it's teaching you to have self-control. Maybe it's teaching you to not be as angry. Anyway, I just love how Moses constantly is dealing with people trying to overthrow him and God wanting to back him up and saying, okay, I'll get rid of him. And Moses says, no. Let's do it a different way. And anyways, love you guys, and I will see you tonight. And I'm actually going to post a second video because I love what Mark had to say today. All right, see you guys soon.